प्रधानमन्त्री शेरबहादुर देउवा र भारतका प्रधानमन्त्री नरेन्द्र मोदीले 4 सम्झौतामा हस्ताक्षर गरेका छन्। भारत भ्रमणका क्रममा रहेका प्रधानमन्त्री देउवा र मोदीबीच शनिबार नेपाल र भारतबीच अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय सोलर एलायन्स, रेलवे सम्बन्धी प्राविधिक सहयोग, पेट्रोलियम पदार्थ आपूर्ति, नेपाल आयल निगम र भारतीय आयल कर्पोरेसन बीच प्राविधिक विज्ञता आदान प्रदानबारे सम्झौता भएको हो। भारतीय प्रधानमन्त्रीको कार्यालय नयाँ दिल्ली स्थित हैदराबाद हाउसमा 2 समकक्षीबीच भेटवार्ता तथा सम्झौता भएको हो। उनीहरूले संयुक्त रूपमा जयनगर कुर्था अन्तर्देशीय रेलवे सेवाको उद्घाटनका साथै भारतको सहयोगमा निर्माण भएको निर्माण सोलु करिडोर विद्युत प्रसारण लाइनको पनि उद्घाटन गरेका छन्। भारतका प्रधानमन्त्री नरेन्द्र मोदीले भारत र नेपालबीच सम्बन्ध बलियो बनाउनमा प्रधानमन्त्री शेरबहादुर देउवाको ठूलो भूमिका रहेको बताएका छन्। प्रधानमन्त्री देउवाको प्रधानमन्त्रीको रूपमा यो 5औं भारत भ्रमण रहेको बताउँदै उनले यो भ्रमणले 2 देशको बीचको सम्बन्धलाई झन बलियो बनाउने विश्वास व्यक्त गरे।
प्रधानमन्त्री के रूप में यह उनकी 5वीं भारत यात्रा है। भारत नेपाल संबंधों के विकास में देउवा जी की महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका रही है। भारत और नेपाल की दोस्ती, हमारे लोगों के आपसी संबंध, ऐसी मिसाल विश्व में कहीं और देखने को नहीं मिलती।
नेपाल र भारतबीच फरक खालको सम्बन्ध रहेको उल्लेख गर्दै प्रधानमन्त्री देउवाले नेपाल भारतबीच आर्थिक, सांस्कृतिक, सामाजिक सबै खालको सम्बन्ध रहेको बताए। नेपालको शान्ति, प्रगति र विकासका लागि भारत हर हमेशा साथमा रहेको बताउँदै उनले नेपालको विकासको लागि भारत हर हमेशा साथ रहने प्रतिबद्धता जनाए।
ये हमारे संबंधों को ऊर्जा देते हैं, संबल देते हैं और नेपाल के संबंध में भारत की नीतियां, हमारे प्रयास इसी आत्मीयता की भावना से प्रेरित रहते हैं। नेपाल की शांति, प्रगति और विकास की यात्रा में भारत एक दृढ़ साथी रहा है और हमेशा रहेगा।
प्रधानमन्त्री देउवासँग विभिन्न विषयमा छलफल भएको उल्लेख गर्दै प्रधानमन्त्री मोदीले 2 देश बीचको भइरहेको विभिन्न कामको समीक्षा भएको बताए। उनले विद्युत क्षेत्रमा पनि 2 देशको बीचमा सहयोग आदान प्रदान हुने जानकारी दिए। उनले भने नेपालले आफ्नो विद्युत भारतलाई निर्यात गरिरहेको छ, यसले दुवै देशलाई फाइदा भइरहेको छ। उनले विद्युत निर्यातले नेपाललाई आर्थिक रूपले फाइदा हुने धारणा राखे। पञ्चेश्वर परियोजनाका लागि पनि प्रधानमन्त्री देउवासँग छलफल भएको बताउँदै उनले यो परियोजना नेपाल भारतको लागि गेम चेन्जर परियोजना हुने दाबी गरे।
हमने पञ्चेश्वर परियोजना में तेज गति से आगे बढ़ने के महत्व पर जोर दिया है। यह प्रोजेक्ट इस क्षेत्र के विकास के लिए एक गेम चेंजर सिद्ध होगा। यह प्रसन्नता का विषय है कि नेपाल अपने सरप्लस पावर भारत को निर्यात कर रहा है। इसका नेपाल की आर्थिक प्रगति में अच्छा योगदान रहेगा।
क्रस बोर्डर कनेक्टिभिटीको बारेमा पनि 2 देशको प्रधानमन्त्री बीच छलफल भएको बताउँदै प्रधानमन्त्री मोदीले जयनगर कुर्था रेल सेवा पनि त्यसैको एउटा सुरुवात रहेको बताए। नेपाल पुलिस एकाडेमी, रामायण सर्किट लगायतका क्षेत्रमा पनि काम भइरहेको प्रधानमन्त्री मोदीको भनाइ थियो। उनले दुवै देशका सुरक्षा संयन्त्रलाई दुवै देशको शान्ति सुरक्षाका लागि काम गर्न आग्रह गरे। त्यसैगरी प्रधानमन्त्री शेरबहादुर देउवाले भारतको प्रगतिबाट नेपालले पनि फाइदा लिन चाहेको बताएका छन्। नयाँ दिल्लीमा आयोजित संयुक्त पत्रकार सम्मेलनलाई सम्बोधन गर्दै प्रधानमन्त्री देउवाले प्रधानमन्त्री नरेन्द्र मोदीको नेतृत्वमा भारतले हासिल गरेको आर्थिक प्रगतिको प्रशंसा गर्दै नेपालले पनि आर्थिक साझेदारी मार्फत त्यसबाट फाइदा लिन चाहेको जिकिर गरेका हुन्।
is important to have broad understanding of power export cooperation between our two countries. So cross-border power trade remains a priority agenda during this session. I am happy that Nepal India joint vision statement for power sector cooperation that we have agreed upon.
कार्यक्रममा बोल्दै प्रधानमन्त्री देउवाले न्यानो आतिथ्यका लागि भारतीय समकक्षीलाई धन्यवाद दिए। मोदीको पहिलो भ्रमणलाई सम्झिँदै उनले मोदीको नेपाल भ्रमणले दुई देशको मित्रतालाई प्रगाढ बनाउन सहयोग गरेको उल्लेख गरे। आजादीका अमृत महोत्सव मनाइरहेका बेला प्रधानमन्त्रीको रूपमा पाँचौं पटक भारत आउन पाउँदा उत्साहित भएको प्रधानमन्त्रीको भनाइ थियो। कोभिड महामारीसँग लड्नको लागि भारतले गरेको खोप लगायत स्वास्थ्य सामग्री सहयोग गरेकोमा पनि देउवाले धन्यवाद ज्ञापन गरेका थिए।
दिल्ली एक्सप्रेस साथमा दिल्ली एक्सप्रेस दिल्ली दौडाको नयाँ संस्करण। लामो समयपछि नेपाल भारत सम्बन्धको पुनः ताजकीकरण, पुरानो मुद्दा र नयाँ एजेन्डाको बृहत समीकीकरण। प्रधानमन्त्रीको भारत भ्रमणमा हाम्रो ग्राउन्ड जिरो रिपोर्टिङ नयाँ दिल्लीबाट प्रत्यक्ष हरेक पलको खबर अध्यावधिक एक्सक्लुसिभ। दिल्ली एक्सप्रेस साथमा।
Ladies and gentlemen, Namaste and very good evening. First of all, I would like to express my thanks to CII and FNCCI for inviting me to address this August gathering to highlight investment potential and opportunities in Nepal, in the presence of Right Honorable Prime Minister and other eminent dignitaries from India and Nepal. To start with, I am pleased to share that we have a vision of developing Nepal as investors' preferred destination for investment through accelerating investment in transformative infrastructure projects across a variety of sectors by promoting and managing public-private partnership and facilitating private investment. Investment Board Nepal is high-powered government body chaired by Right Honorable Prime Minister of Nepal and mandated to facilitate large PPP and private sector investments in the country. And it does act as a nodal agency for public-private partnership. Established as a central fast-track government agency to garner private sector investment in Nepal, IBN is also functioning as an investment promotion agency to communicate, to handhold and facilitate the possible foreign investors and investments of a specified threshold of $51 million and above. And IBN is establishing a system, procedures in place to provide real one-stop service, as well as fostering policy advocacy for creating an investment-friendly environment and improving doing business index of Nepal. And there is a simple gateway to start investing in Nepal. For projects with estimated cost below $51 million approximately, the Department of Industry is the focal agency and also the implementing agency under different infrastructure-related line agencies. And for mega projects that are above $51 million approximately, the Office of the Investment Board Nepal is the first reference point for investment. And I would just want to let this August gathering know that we are creating the PPP framework for other modalities than just BOOT. And also, we are strengthening our regulatory frameworks. Nepal, with its safe and lucrative FDI environment and with rules and regulations compatible with the spirit of globalization and liberalization, cost competitive and young labor force, access to the market of growing and strong economy in India and other neighbors, and provide tremendous opportunities to potential and serious investors for profitable and lucrative investments in different areas, as already mentioned: energy, industrial manufacturing, services, tourism, transport, agriculture, minerals, and other infrastructure development, which are like projects which are widely accepted by society for enhancing the public sector services. So with huge untapped hydropower potential as a clean energy source and other use of water resources for futuristic projects like such as hydrofuel, etc., is where your business is poised to using cost-efficient, clean, green energy for sustainable development. So not just limiting to hydropower or renewable source of energy. There are schemes for which we have given study rights for alternative energy like solar also. And as the first reference point for investment in Nepal, me as the Chief Executive Officer of the Investment Board and my whole team at IBN is committed to availing fast and quality services to its investors in facilitating the project in every stage of life cycle, in every stage of business life cycle, right from entry, operation till exit. And further, we understand that risk and returns are the main concerns of investors. And accordingly, we are working on developing appropriate PPP modalities, as I said earlier, and required instrument, tools and protocols for managing the risk so as to de-risk the investors to the maximum possible extent. While doing so, we are focusing on efficiency improvement in terms of time, cost and quality in project delivery, so as to deliver infrastructure project on time, on quality, and also on a reasonable return to the investors. We all know Nepal and India share an age-old history and unique tie of culture, tradition, and business relationship. Business-to-business relationship is getting stronger. Both the countries are knotted through a vision of shared prosperity, where we hope to explore opportunities for collaboration and business partnership, strengthen connectivity and linkages, and we feel the utmost optimism for the road ahead to explore and realize the investment opportunities available in Nepal in win-win situation and join in hands accordingly by working together for better and sustainable partnership. And let me tell you that the timing of shared feeling could not have arrived at a more appropriate time. And it is my pleasure to inform this August gathering that there is strong presence of Indian companies in Nepal. Companies like Surya Nepal, Unilever Nepal, Dabur Nepal, LIC Nepal, Everest Bank, Nepal SBI Bank, to mention a few, are extremely doing good and are making profitable business. I just mentioned about the businesses which have already come into business operations, and they have been there in the market for quite a long period of time. And they are even planning to expand their investments in Nepal. My good office investment board recently approved the reinvestment of Dabur Nepal company into Nepal. This shows the increasing trust in the market and the lucrative market returns for multinational companies. Their own experience, they plan to expand for product diversifications or capacity enhancement, and is the most credible evidence of Indian investors' confidence to invest in Nepal. We have been receiving a lot of interest from Indian investors in sectors like energy, well mentioned the trade, infrastructure like logistic parks, transportations, etc. And it gives me immense pleasure to inform that the flagship project of PPP, that is 900 megawatt Arun 3 hydropower project that is developed by SAPDC and the principal sponsor SABN Limited from India, worth $1.4 billion, has already completed around 50% of its construction and generation component. And even on power evacuation, the extra high voltage transmission line of capacity 400 kV and span length of 217 kilometers has achieved the physical progress of around 12%. This 900 megawatt Arun 3 hydro project is expected to achieve its commercial operation date by 2023, 1 year ahead of estimated commercial operation date. So that does demonstrate the management efficacy and the rigor to deliver project before stipulated time, and we are doing best to facilitate the project, to complement the project, to accomplish the project in stipulated or before stipulated timelines. This became possible because of the strong support from the government of Nepal and commitment and facilitation by our office at IBN, along with seriousness of the company management of giving continuity of the project work even during the COVID regime by adhering to the safety and health safety and security protocols. In addition, the investment board has just approved the detailed project report of 669 megawatt Lower Arun hydroelectric project, which is to be developed as a cascade scheme of Arun 3 project by SABN Limited, India. This is another milestone that demonstrates enhanced business partnership and increased investors' confidence in Nepal. Similarly, the 900 megawatt Upper Karnali hydroelectric project is at the financial closure stage. Central Electronics Limited India has been awarded to conduct detailed feasibility study of 350 megawatt solar project in Doti and Dadendura districts of Nepal. Other energy projects in pipeline are West Sethi hydroelectric project with a storage scheme, Sethi River 6, that's PROR scheme, and many others in the Karnali and respective other river basins. Similarly, other infrastructure projects in sectors like well mentioned by the president of CII are in the study phase. And those projects, we are trying to ensure that it attains credibility by a proper study so as we would be able to create bankable project pipelines, and in future, most likely we will be having such events, and where IPN would be organizing such events too, with partnership with private sector fraternities to showcase, and even events like investment summits. I believe this gathering with our key investment partners for development would provide a platform to understand and explore opportunities of mutual interest and create a very positive and forward-looking investment ecosystem between Nepal and India. Once again, I would like to welcome you to explore, welcome you to invest, and look forward for a great partnership with each of you in the near future. Nepal is open for business and investment. We are welcoming you with open mind for partnering for prosperity of all. Thank you.
Right Honorable the Prime Minister of Nepal, sir, we have a large number of CEOs as you see present, and we have your permission to get a few comments or some observations or some suggestions from some of our select participants, and I request them to keep it to, as I mentioned, comments or observations or suggestions, and it would be nice if you can complete that within 1 minute so that we can turn around to our Honorable Prime Minister for his remarks. I'll start with a very strong, very important linkage between the two businesses, who's been there for a long time in bridging this business-to-business linkage very strongly. Ms. Bhavani Rana, who's also the co-chair of the India-Nepal Business Forum, to start with her comments.
Right Honorable Prime Minister, Sushil Dilpa, Honorable Ministers and distinguished guests. As the co-chair of Nepal Business Forum, I would like to talk about the historical milestone that FNCCI and CII joint cooperation has involved from the Joint Economics Council at present Joint Business Forum. So FNCCI and CII Joint Economic Council is the precursor of the Nepal Indo-Business Forum. So till 2016, since its inception in 1996, GAC conducted several meetings between the private sectors of Nepal and India. FNCCI and CII constituted a task force also in 1995, and the main objective was to increase the Nepalese export to India and increase investment from India to Nepal. So this FNCCI and CII Joint Economic Council presented a recommendation which is very important to both the Prime Ministers from India and Nepal, Right Honorable Shehbazar Dilpa and Prime Minister P.V. Narsingh Rao in February '96. When the Prime Minister of Nepal, or Right Honorable Shehbazar Dilpa, was in Italy. So we are quite delighted today because Right Honorable Prime Minister Shehbazar Dilpa, who initiated this FNCCI and CII GAC, is with us again to grease FNCCI and CII organized business interaction meeting today in New Delhi. So we feel encouraged to have Right Honorable Prime Minister to further initiate an evolution of the Nepal Joint Business Forum in new light and added vigor. In fact, the joint recommendation submitted by FNCCI and CII became a basis of signing the Treaty of Trade in December 1996, which considered the watershed in the history of Indo-Nepal economic relation also. So after that, we saw a lot of Indian investments started increasing in Nepal. So this task force also produced a report in 2008, Nepal into Economic Cooperation, further stressing on various sectors including hydroelectricity, infrastructure, tourism, health, education, IT, financial sectors also. But now in 2016, the government of both the sides also agreed the modality, and during the IGC meeting held in 2018, this matter was further discussed and both sides recommended to list of members from both the side, and then they also developed a TOR also. And it was decided that FNCCI and CII will provide sectoral support and respective countries, and the forum will be co-chaired by representative of FNCCI and CII. The main objective was to promotion of trade investment and promotion of business alliance and possibilities for collaboration between India and Nepalese companies, development of value chain and synergies to explore business opportunities in third countries. So this meeting was supposed to happen last year, 2021, but due to COVID, we could not have it. So we just had a meeting with CII also right now. So probably end of May or June, we are planning to have this meeting. But we'll start with the business summit, and I'm sure that this program would further add importance and milestone dimension to Nepal-India economic relation, as well as FNCCI and CII relationship also, and we'll be doing a lot of discussion during the program, which we are planning to have it in end of May and June. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rana. We'll now move to the next speaker, Dr. Rajiv Mishra, who is the director from the PTC India Limited. Rajiv.
Right Honorable Prime Minister Deva, it's an honor and a privilege for PTC India that we are supplying power to Nepal for the last 22 years. And let me tell you, the real connect between the two countries is the energy and electricity. And Nepal having tremendous potential of hydropower. And what we could hear from Shekhar Golchaji, that from this year on,
दिल्ली एक्सप्रेस साथमा